Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something I think we all know, that super frustrating feeling when your mind is spinning, you feel busy all day long, but when you actually look back, you realize you haven't made any real progress at all.
Does this feel familiar? You spend hours planning, researching, thinking about all your big goals. Your brain is just tired, like you've run a mental marathon. But your life? It's in the exact same spot it was last month, maybe even last year. It's this invisible trap, and honestly, so many of us fall right into it.
So there's actually a term used to describe this. And look, it's a bit direct, but it's so descriptive. The point here isn't to be shocking. It's about giving this really unhelpful habit a name, because once we can name it, we can start to change it.
So what is it exactly? Well, here's the deal. It's self-indulgent thinking. It feels good, right? It feels clever. It feels like you're getting somewhere, but it leads to absolutely zero real-world action. The key part is the outcome. If all that thinking doesn't actually lead to you doing something, it might be falling into this category. So what does this actually look like day to day? Oh, it's rewriting your perfect morning routine for the 10th time but never actually following it. It's endlessly researching the best camera for that YouTube channel you want to start but never hitting record. It's watching dozens of motivational videos, getting all hyped up, and then doing nothing differently. Your brain is busy, for sure, but your life is just standing still.
So, why do we do this? I mean, nobody wakes up in the morning and decides, you know what, I'm going to waste my time today. Of course not. There are some really powerful psychological reasons that pull us into this loop of thinking instead of doing. So let's break down why it happens.
Okay, so there are three main drivers behind this. The biggest piece of the pie, at a huge 40%, is just plain old fear of failure. It's that voice in your head that says, if I just plan a little bit more, then I can't possibly fail. Right behind that is ego satisfaction. It just feels good to think about complex ideas and feel smart. And finally, about a quarter of the time, it's a way of escaping reality. It's so much easier to live in a fantasy about the future than to do the hard work of the present.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, so I wasted a few hours, what's the big deal? But the damage, it goes so much deeper than that. This whole cycle has this hidden, corrosive effect on our potential and what we believe about ourselves.
Here's the true damage. First, it just completely kills your sense of urgency, because you start to trick yourself into believing that thinking is progress. Second, after years of knowing what to do but not doing it, you start to doubt yourself. You wonder, what's wrong with me? And maybe worst of all, it just destroys your self-trust. Every single plan you make and don't follow through on becomes another piece of evidence that you just can't rely on yourself.
This quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that painful feeling. You're full of potential, full of knowledge, but you feel completely paralyzed when it comes to actually turning any of it into reality. Okay, enough of the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Because here's the great news. This is a learned habit, which means you can absolutely unlearn it. We can break the cycle. So here's a practical, actionable toolkit to help you shift from just thinking to actually doing.
Before we get to the tools, you need a filter. You need a way to tell the difference. So, is your thinking productive, or are you just stuck in the trap? Well, productive thinking is focused. It has a goal, it has a time limit, and it always ends with a concrete next step. The trap, on the other hand, it just goes in circles, it's endless, and it leaves you right back where you started. So the question you have to ask yourself is, after this hour of thinking, what will I do differently today?
So here it is, your 5-step plan. Number 1, set a time limit. Give yourself 20 minutes to plan, and when that timer dings, you have to act. 2, always decide the next tiny physical step. Not start my business, but write one paragraph of my business plan. 3, limit how much info you consume. 1 article, 1 video, and then you have to go implement something. 4, create if-then rules for yourself. Like, if I catch myself rewriting my to-do list, then I will immediately do the first task on it. And finally, number 5, and this one is so key. Measure what you do, not what you consume.
That last point is so important. Let's really break it down with this table. We have to stop tracking what I'd call vanity metrics and start tracking action metrics. So stop counting how many productivity videos you watched and start counting how many workouts you actually completed. Don't count the books you read, count the sales calls you made, because what gets measured gets done. It's as simple as that.
So what's the big picture here? What's the ultimate goal of all this? Well, it's about a fundamental shift in how you see your own mind. It's about transforming it from a place of passive entertainment into a powerful tool for forward momentum.
This right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. Is your mind a cinema, just playing these beautiful movies of success that never actually happen in real life? Or is it an engine, a powerful machine that takes those ideas and uses them as fuel to actually pull your life in the direction you want it to go? You get to choose which one it's going to be.
So how do you get that engine mindset? It really boils down to these three things. Think with purpose. Know exactly why you're thinking and what decision needs to be made. Decide with courage. Just accept that no plan is perfect and make a choice anyway. And finally, act with discipline. Build the habit of turning those decisions into physical action, no matter how small. Because here's the thing, the entire game changes the second your thoughts turn into action. That is the moment the spell is broken. So my question for you is this. After hearing all this, what is the one small physical action you're going to take today to start moving your life forward?